Rafael Nadal, the most relentless competitor tennis has ever seen, was caught on camera crying. Not after a loss, not in a retirement interview, but at home in Mallorca, watching a 20-year-old girl from the Philippines collapse on a tennis court thousands of miles away. That girl was Alex Eala. As she fell to the ground in tears, overwhelmed by the moment, something inside Nadal broke. Within hours, the video spread across the internet like wildfire. Millions watched. Even people who hadn't followed tennis in years found themselves glued to their screens, all asking the same question. Who is she, and why does she matter so much to him? To understand that, you have to go back to the Rafa Nadal Academy, a place built on discipline, repetition, and resilience. It's not designed to be easy. It's designed to build champions. In 2016, a 12-year-old girl from Manila walked through its gates with nothing but a bag and a dream far bigger than anything she carried. She didn't come from a tennis powerhouse nation. She had no famous last name, no elite support system, no guarantees. Just a scholarship and an unbreakable will to fight. Life at the academy is brutal, especially for scholarship players. Every single day is a test. You don't just train, you prove you belong. Alex Eala lost matches she should have won. She pushed through exhaustion, loneliness, and doubt. Night after night, she returned to her room drained, only to wake up before sunrise and do it all over again. That kind of quiet resilience doesn't go unnoticed, especially not someone like Nadal. Between his own battles on tour, he began observing her progress. There was something familiar in her game, something that reminded him of himself. She didn't crumble under pressure. She absorbed it, reshaped it, and came back stronger. By 2022, she announced herself to the world by winning the Junior Australian Open title. A year later, she stepped into the professional circuit, facing players who were stronger, more experienced, and far ahead in rankings. She lost many of those matches, but she kept coming back. Every point she earned, she fought for. Then came March 2025, the Miami Open. She entered as a wild card, ranked 140 in the world, with almost no expectations. But what followed shocked the tennis world. She defeated Madison Keys, then Jelena Ostapenko, and then, in a moment that stunned everyone, she beat world number 2 Iga Swiatek in straight sets. The internet exploded. Analysts scrambled for words. Generational became the only label that seemed to fit. Shortly after, Nadal reached out to her privately. The message itself wasn't revealed, but in interviews, Alex made it clear. It meant everything. Because what people were seeing wasn't luck. It was years of unseen work, guided by the philosophy of one of the greatest players the sport has ever known. But success in tennis is never a straight line. In June 2025, at the Eastbourne International Final, Alex stood 1 point away from her first WTA title. One shot, one moment. She missed it. Then she missed again. The match slipped away. As she sat courtside, she broke down. Not the controlled emotion of a professional athlete, but raw human heartbreak. The cameras captured everything. Back in Mallorca, Nadal saw it. He didn't analyze, he didn't explain. He simply posted 4 words. She will be back. That was it. And somehow it was enough. Those 4 words carried the weight of everything he had lived through. His own losses, his own pain, his understanding of what it means to fall just short. 3 months later, in September 2025, at the Guadalajara Open, Alex returned to another final. This time, she looked exhausted. She lost the first set, and for a while, it seemed like history might repeat itself. But then something shifted. There was no dramatic moment, just a quiet transformation. She became more aggressive, more decisive, more fearless. She won the second set, then the third, and just like that, she became a champion. When the final point ended, she collapsed onto the court again, but this time the tears meant something different. Years of struggle, sacrifice, and belief all came pouring out at once. And once again, in Mallorca, Nadal watched. This time, he couldn't hold back. His emotional reaction went viral across the world. Millions saw it. Not just a legend, but a human being, deeply connected to someone else's journey. In November 2025, exactly 1 year after his emotional retirement, Nadal stepped back onto a practice court. No cameras, no headlines, just him, 2 rackets, and Alex Eala. They trained for 2 hours. He worked on her forehand, grip, balance, timing, the tiny details that separate great players from legends. This wasn't theory. This was lived experience being passed on. Alex later described the moment as surreal. At one point, Nadal demonstrated a forehand himself, and she just stood there, watching, unable to move. For a second, she forgot she was supposed to hit the ball. He laughed and told her to keep going. But that moment captured everything. This wasn't just training. This was legacy in motion. This story isn't just about one match, one title, or one viral video. It's about belief. It's about what happens when years of unseen effort finally meet opportunity. A girl from Manila became a champion. A legend from Mallorca broke down watching it happen. And somewhere between those 2 moments lies something deeper than sport, something the world won't forget anytime soon.